does DHL supply chain meet your overall expectations regarding a comprehensive distribution service? Can you give some examples?
Yeah, no, it comes. They're doing very well actually. Where Merck Serono, I guess, is a relatively new customer for DHL. We only put our entire business in there in September last year. So we're still, I guess, building a relationship with the guys at Cherwell 3. And I've been very impressed, actually. I think the best thing really is the spirit of, I guess, partnership. It feels like, yes, whilst we have got problems still, of course, it feels like we're tackling them together. They've got a very positive attitude there, and I think we're making good progress. So yeah.
Right.
And just rest.
Do we need to do that one again, or
No, that's fine.
on to the
Yeah,
second one?
okay.
Do you feel that healthcare adds value to your business? And if so, can you give some examples, please?
Yeah, of course it does. I mean, we don't have a business without without the logistics. Without actually physically the medicine getting through to the patient, there is no business. So, if you strip away all the other things that we do, in the end, what we do is make medicine and make sure patients get it. So, clearly, our partner in DHL is pretty key to that. Yeah.
Are there any areas that you feel healthcare could improve or enhance to create more value for your business? For example, strategic alignment or development, improved communications and information collaboration?
Yeah, I guess we've had a number of discussions around the transport side of it, I guess, and the sort of visibility of that, so that we can see, our customer services here can see clearly where the delivery is. When the customer rings up here saying, where is it? For us to be able to understand where it is and give them a sensible answer without having to say, we'll get back to you. That kind of stuff. And I guess the other thing which I know DHL are developing and we're watching very closely is the putting the ambient and the chilled distribution together. So from a customer point of view, they want to see their order, which may have a mixture of products in it, all coming together. They don't really want to see a kind of a cool box coming in here and a pallet coming in there. So, those two things, I guess.
Do you find the healthcare team you deal with professional and cooperative? Do you value them as a contributor to your business success?
Yes, very much. We have a very good account manager now, Cash, who I think is great, and he really, I think, is doing a great job to actually make sure we get the service we need. It took us a little while, I suppose, to understand the sort of complexity of, well, it's not complexity, but the structure of the management team at Cherwell 3. So there's a sort of a split between the operational people and the account management people. So sometimes we are dealing with Cash, who's our account manager, but actually, the people who are actually managing our business don't report to Cash. So there's a kind of I think we've got the hang of it now, but and it seems to be working quite well. But that certainly, caught me a little bit surprised to start with, because we're used to coming from a warehouse where it was our warehouse effectively. So we dealt with, if we had a problem, we just rang the warehouse. It's just it was all there. So now we're dealing with a lot more kind of management structure, I guess. And once you understand that, that's good, but it has taken some time.
How does healthcare meet your overall expectations regarding implementing a new operation for your company?
Again, I mean, they've done a pretty good job, I think. I mean, it wasn't straightforward. We moved our, basically Merck and Serono merged about 2 years ago, and we left the distribution separate. And what we did in September, finally, was to move all the Merck business, which is essentially the volume, low value, high volume business in with the Sorono business, which is an extremely high value, low volume, mainly cold chain business. So we put the whole thing together, and we've now got everything in one warehouse at Cherwell 3. Yeah, it was a big project. It took many months, but it was well planned, and we were well supported, and it was very successful in the end. It went very well.
How does healthcare meet your expectations regarding the way it sustains and grows the relationship with your company?
As I say, it's kind of early days, I guess, but so far so good. It looks fine. I mean, we have daily contact, probably, over the phone, email. We have a monthly meeting where we all meet together and bash things out together, and it seems to work quite well.
How has healthcare shown flexibility and responsiveness to meet your changing needs and circumstances?
Again, it's early days, I suppose. It does feel, to me, one of the key advantages, really, actually, of us now being in Cherwell 3 is that we can flex the business. Previously, we had one warehouse that, obviously, if the business grew, as it is growing, we burst out of it, and we had to get an overspill into a separate part of it, and it was kind of complicated. Similarly, if the business shrinks, certainly in volume terms, you're still left with all that great big warehouse that you don't need. So I feel much more comfortable now that we're working with DHL, where as the business grows, as it will, we can essentially pay for what we use, really, which makes a lot more sense.
What would you like to see your healthcare team do more of to assist your business to succeed?
I think really the areas which we're focusing on now, having essentially done this big move, it's working, everything's fine. We now need to get into serious, more training. Make sure the people on the, who are doing the work for us, actually the people on the floor, are really up to, they know exactly what they're doing with our processes. They know exactly how to use our computer. We've got our own SAP system in there, so we've got a very high degree of visibility. Exactly, we can look in here and see exactly what's going on in Cherwell 3, which is great. So yeah, we need to make sure those people are really, up to the job, up to snuff, know exactly what they're doing. And we've done a lot of training already, but I think we're going to do more and more of that. So I think that's one thing. The other thing which I was going to suggest that might be a way forward as well would be for DHL to build a closer relationship with our customers. So with wholesalers, really, I'm thinking of. So people like AH and Alliance and Phoenix, just to make sure that we really, they've got a good, they've got a good contact there, and they know what what our customers want. So I like the fact that DHL is independent. I mean, that was one of the reasons we chose DHL, was it was independent. So it's not part of one of those wholesaler groups. I think that's important. But I think it's important that you have a good relationship with those companies. Even down to very small things like what when they want their deliveries or whatever, so that we don't have a seamless booking in, for example, would be one way forward. But yeah.
Right.
Can I take a 30-second break?